my favorite people. It's again Mr. Pants. Continue the series Road to Unemployment. And wouldn't be Road to Unemployment if we didn't have some base to base structures, some theory behind it for us to get really unemployed, if you know what I mean. So today I'm gonna bring as much value as possible. Okay. I don't know if you guys you know me, but if you don't, if you, this is your first video watching, hey, it's Mr. Pants, and this Road to Employment series very quickly is the series which will turn your lifestyle, your 9 to 5 lifestyle, your boring life, the one that you really, really want to put away from your own system. You don't want to listen to your managers, to your bosses, and to anyone else, and to finally do the life that you want, the trips that you want, or even maybe to have fun and to do the business that you always dreamed to do. If you want this, then you're in the right place at the right time. Because today we will talk about the most basic, practical, and life tested sales psychological tricks you can use in any business whatsoever. Now, how am I able to talk about this? You know, for me, I'm working to sales retail for around 10 years since I was 16 years old. I'm gonna die. Specifically, I was working into sales for pet food and cattle feed, which, to be honest, it's a kinda, especially into my place, which not a lot of people they want to invest into really specialized or premium products. It's kind of tougher for you to sell. Let's say, for example, because first of all, people they do not have so much money to pay. We are in a farmer's place, not so much like demand for high prices, high ticket sales, which still exist into retail also. They want customers generally want huge quantity, big quantity, good quality, and cheap, which as a combo as a salesperson is pretty tough to find. And the hardest thing is that it's very hard to differentiate because there's other people who can do it too. Okay, you just buy a bunch of dog food, cat food, or cattle food, and here you go. You just have a business. Hooray! But in order for you to break, let's say, the competition and to actually be the best of the best, there is something very basic that you should do. And I have some theoretical background, but today I don't want to go into the theoretical background of the things. I just want to focus what it helped me to actually not only keep the clients which we have, but actually to bring more clients in. And I'm doing this for 10 plus years. So the number one practical thing, which before I actually go into the practical things, I just want to know and to say that all of these things they can apply everywhere. They can apply even if your sales on the phone with some high ticket sales clients, or if you work in retail, if you work anyone, and even as a copywriter, which I've tried some. Even though my copywriting experience and clients they're not so much, they're not so many, wrong vocabulary and wrong grammar, than my retail sales career, let's say, for example, but still applies. And I'm just getting better. But this is just friendly beginner ones. It's no intermediate. I'm not Alex Hormozy. I'm not trying to be. I just give you what I know. But this is what I practiced. A lot of the people just copy pasting others, which here this doesn't really exist. Is recorded from my own experience. And let's say, for example, right now after so much experience I start to know what I'm doing into this specific niche, let's say, but you can apply them anyways. So first things first, One of the best things you can actually do as a salesperson, and to, let's say, use your trump card, is to actually asking vital questions. Yeah, I know it sounds amazing, but now you're going to be like, Pants, we know that we need to ask questions. What do you mean about it? Well, a lot of salespeople who I know, or at least the people which they're not very good, or very good salespeople, they have a very basic thing that they make them good. One basic thing, they don't have a lot. They just making questions, which if you go to any sales, specifically directed sales, huge company, you're going to know. But it's different to ask genuine questions rather than scripted questions. For me, it's about a pet shop, cattle feed, and I do co-own a dog with my girlfriend, but we have cats. I've been around other cattle, and I know some stuff which people they would have a problem with. I know what they're facing, and I know what they're dealing with, which problems they do deal with. So I'm going straight to the question. For example, if someone has a dog, let's say, and the dog doesn't eat, like he has dog food, um, and they don't eat a croquette or whatever, how's it called in English, but they do not eat it, and they want to change or they want to find, and they're not sure about it. The very three questions I'm asking them is this: how old is the dog? How big is the dog? Plus into the age and how big is he sterilized or not, because it's a different food. And the other question is, what do you need? Do you need a lot of portion or small portion? And these questions, because if they move to your shop, they want to find something. But a lot of people, they just do not care. If you work at retail, a lot of retail salespeople, they do not really care. They're just there to exist, okay? It's not that you bring in the traffic in. You are there and the traffic comes to you, which is kind of different. But this applies everywhere. And by making simple questions but relevant questions, it will start, let's say, your journey. You take it from a place A to a place B, because there you can use actual psychology. Now, there's a lot of people about pets, and most of the time, pets, they really do care about their pets. They want them the best, they want them to be healthy, they want to be protected. In my area, they do not really care so much about it. They just want to satisfy their belly, and that's all, which is even harder for me to explain. I have even more problems. But I do know this: by making questions, I can get them to understand what they need. So if I just show them what exists and what is the best fit for you and explaining why. Let's say, for example, they have a dog which is 10 years old, it's pretty fat, but it doesn't eat the food. I will ask him, okay, after the basic questions, do you use canned food? Which canned food is destructive, is trash. Do you use canned food? Yes. The problem is canned food. Reduce the canned food and give a high quality or mid quality, try to catch what it is, mid quality dog food in order for your dog to actually eat it. Or is it summer in your area? Is it very hot that the dog is not going to eat so much? Or if the dog, it's like, let's say, it's a Caucasian dog in Greece, which is retarded, but it does exist. You need to cool him down. So actually, from the dry dog food, just make them a little bit wet, just moisturize it a little bit. There's a lot of ways how to do it. I'm not going to go very deep to it. But the first thing is to make questions. And by making questions, then you can make an offer, because by not analyzing the profile of the person, well, you cannot really get into this deeper. And this is very good for retail specifically, because a lot of people, they just go and do things numbingly, but by making questions you will find your answer. The second thing, which is insanely important, is to understand how much money do they have or they do want to invest. This is vital. A break. Think about this. If I'm trying to sell an 100 euro dog food to a person who looks like he's a farmer, he's not going to take it, and I'm going to lose my whole credibility. So I'm trying to guess a lot of the times by the appearance, which is stereotypical, but the appearance really works. By the appearance, if this person really has the lifestyle and he wants to invest in. And you can make them different questions about it, or you can see the way that they speak a lot of the times. Now, this works more in retail, but is basically profile analysis after the questions. And you play with the psychology of the person. You really do. So, for example, a lot of the times I'm just going to go specific, drive through and through. When if someone wants to buy, let's say, kind of like dog food or cat food in general, but he doesn't want to spend a lot, I'm like, listen, I'm not going to the high prices. I'm trying to be as reliable as possible. So what I do by analyzing and trying to find out what he wants, I use at this moment of time high bowling techniques. Because see, this is how psychology works of humans. Me as a salesperson, I want to sell as much units, as many units, and as price as possible. And the customer wants the opposite. But the best position for me is first of all to introduce a slightly higher price. Not that I'm going to lie about the price, because if you're in retail, you can't. The price is there, it's set. You cannot lie about it, you lose your credibility. But if you sell service, of course, you can highball easily. Let's say, for example, I'm having a course in the YouTube zone and I'm selling this video, let's say for normally for 70 euros, just random price, which is not a very good price. But for you, I know that this is like my red zone. I don't want to sell it for less than 70 euros. I'm going to start my regular price at 100 euros. And then by talking and trying to see if you have this money or not, I'm just going to lower. I'm going to start lowering my price, but not me. I'm not going to go to lower it first. These are more advanced negotiation techniques that maybe another time we're going to discuss them, but at this moment of time, we're not. But the only idea is this. First of all, try to understand who's the person, what do they want, and in which target group they are in. For me, I have really cost effective ones, cost effective, medium, pricey clients, very pricey. And it's more like in psychology, like you can ask them questions about their pets, like how would you feel like if your dog is really getting the best treatment, like the best food, do you really care? If the client says something like my dog is eating more expensive food than me, then most probably, and they try to joke or they're mad about it, maybe they want to spend almost none. If they just want the best for my dog, then you hit them up. But for me, for example, a very basic idea is that I make their life easier for them. And not only, it's like, forget the price for a moment, okay? Do you want to bring them quality or quantity? Quantity, if it's a low cost. Okay, quantity, got you. How much do you want the actual product want to cost? How do you want to invest? How much money do you want to invest? And then you play. And then you can say, okay, in retail, this is in retail. Okay, I have this which costs 20 euros. This 20 kilos. This costs 22 euros, 15 kilos. This costs da 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 da. I would suggest by experience to use three offers, not more. By saying if he's low cost, 20, 22, 24, and then I can go higher. If he wants to spend higher, go higher. But if he wants to be there, if you got him that, okay, he's not going to spend so much, play there. Because in retail and in general with clients, you want really to set yourself for the long term game. You're not winning. And it's not like get and go like once and that's all. You need this person again and again and again. And he needs you also. So this is a very good thing. What you can do about it, you can play by asking starting questions and then do an analysis to him, to his face. And basically, you can say cool things about his personality, or I would do the same. But the last thing which I would use is proof, numbers, and scarcity. This really hits a lot, especially scarcity. Like, as you can already know, but if you don't, then it's very crucial. The number one way how we buy is fear, is out of fear, which is kind of disturbing. But okay, let's be real. And not only by fear, but people they're scared to lose something that they already had or to lose an opportunity. So a lot of the times, I'm trying to introduce them to or new stuff or to stuff which they have a discount, which a lot of the times in retail you're going to get a discount. Or if you're in sales, you can actually come up in services, in service sales, you can come up with a discount because why not? Okay. The good thing about services and info products and whatever this kind of sorts is that you can do as many as discounts you want. You have almost zero cost. It's very minimal the cost. But in retail, you play on the costs of the product, of the costs and the transfers from coming from a point A to a point B, maintenance and etc. So to me, well, if the price for what they want to pay is in general lower, they want around 24 euros. I would say, you know what? I have something for you. Or maybe you're not interested, but I will show you. This one, back in the day, which is a true story, back in the day, used to have 35 euros. But right now, the whole bag, yes. But right now, it has 30. And I got an offer because it's this. Always, when you're going to prove something, of course, use because. I mean, this is very basic, but in science, in scientific psychology, if you put up your argument and say because, etc., then you have 93 more times, 93% the chance to actually go with it, to agree with it, and to ignore it, to use it as a point, and then to move on, which is pretty good. So this is what I'm saying. I have an actual offer, good offer. It's a bit more expensive, but for now, this offer won't really exist. But it's really worth your time. For example, why it's worth your time? First of all, and you use the whole information to your own advantage. Because this one, let's say, for example, if his dog is too young, this is pretty good. It gives him more energy. The bone structure, it will be bare. His hair is going to be bare overall. His hairs, it's going to be bare overall. It's for more energetic. You need it more life vitality in general. If he's more older, I'm going to get to something which is low fat, low protein. This is why the reason we have it. And then you can say that's why we have it. We want to give an offer to the people because it's not only about us. I don't really care to sell. I just want you to give you an offer which it will help you. And with this, especially in retail, it kind of works. It sounds very basic and it sounds a bit of fluffy, but it works because you, first of all, did actually take some time to, well, listen to him, to listen to one of his worries, even though it's not so important, but actually you want to take it to the next step further and you offer him something. Now, if he doesn't want to take this and wants to take the original offer, most probably will take one of the three offers, the most expensive one, because you did this. You explained the reasons why it will be good to him, and you explained the reasons why it will be dumb. Second, you used scarcity behind it. And you use scarcity that this is not going to last, so start using it. It's going to be good and it's now for you. So why not giving your dog the best case scenario? Then you'll be able to say, okay, listen to this. If you don't not really like it so much, let's go to this one. And you showcase him the highest price that you got. So he will buy. You basically highballed him. You anchored him into a higher price, which is good for you. And he actually, you anchored most of the time his sensation, his emotion that he wants to give good quality because we stated the problem that he has, which is kind of good. So you make him conscious that his dog has a problem, but at the same time that you want actually to help him, which is good. And last but not least, in retail, what it works, and this is a bonus one, give a free sample. Vital, vital. Give something for free. If someone is interested in you, give a gift, a small gift. For me, if he is really like concerned about it, but he doesn't have the money, I would say, listen to this. You don't really need to buy back. Okay, you can buy, or to make it life, whatever client's easier. Buy a kilo, buy this, but buy a kilo. Take a kilo. Okay, don't buy it. I'm gonna give it to you. I don't care. Just for try. Just to try. Okay. I don't need it. Just let him try. Let's see if he will actually take it or not. And if he doesn't, then great. We stick with this one. But if he likes it, you will be the judge and let me know. You don't care to sell him something. You care to help him. And this is what it is. And this is so amazing in the service, let's say, life, in the services business. You can do whatever you want. You can give them one idea for free. The point, what it keeps the client and the customer is someone who can trust. Unfortunately or fortunately, it doesn't matter. This is what it is. Nothing less, but nothing more. That's all. They want to trust you. They want to trust you that you have your own back and you listen to their problems. It's a very human thing. And try to be as human as possible. Do not use fake dialogues or fake words about it or cool sidelines or whatever. Just try to be real, especially in retail whenever it comes to. Now, I do not have the most experience with services, but the point is that showcase them that I care for the job to be done. I don't care about so much about the money. We're going to talk about the money. And this is the people who want you to bring into the business. Now, if there are people, bonus track, if there are people that they want to take advantage of your kindness, put them away. They're not willing to invest in you long term. They're there to create problems, and most probably they want to actually lowball you specifically, especially in retail. These are the worst people. Put them out. They're already going to disinform you. They're already going to spread nonsense to other people. They are there to cause damage. Do not waste a minute. Do not waste the time. Get them out. Get them out. These people, they're not good to handle on. And that's why questions are really important. You can find out very quickly that these people, they mean business or they don't. Simple. And it's not only just wasting your time, but it's wasting your vitality and your spiritual energy, I would say so. Flufferpreneurs would say, I like me. But this is very basic. And that's what I would say today. These are the three basic tips for me on basic tips for beginners about sales, for what I've learned in 10 years. Always making questions, first of all, making questions and trying to understand. Then, once you know the customer profile, try to be correct with this. If you're not correct, then you're going to make a wrong offer. And try to make them an offer according to them, customize and say it. And then try to use scarcity for a good reason, an offer or something give away for free at this moment of time. And try to move them to something that you want to sell and it's worthwhile to sell. And the bonus clip is that take something for free, give for free. People love free. And people come to you, they will come to you because you gave something for free. Maybe they will find something else for free. But actually, you broke away this kind of scarcity that they have and their defenses with free. It's very easy. It's like sweeping down and get into the castle. It's like Trojan horse, basically. But yes, this is my basic lesson. It got big, it got huge, but I think it's worth your time. Stay tuned for more videos. If you like it, well, you know what to do. I'm not gonna say. And talk to you to the next video. Have a nice one. Peace.